guys! So today I'm going to be doing a Q&A and I have some questions from Instagram and some questions from YouTube, so let's go ahead and get started. So I'll start with my Instagram questions first. The first one says, what's your absolute favorite foundation? And I would have to give it to my L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte. Even though this is drugstore, it beats out my other high-end foundations and it lasts longer than my NARS Sheer Glow. It isn't as cakey as my Dermablend can be sometimes. And I just feel like when I wear this, it's no fail. Like I never think, oh, my foundation doesn't look good today. I'm always having a perfect foundation day, which is what I need in my life. So I love this so much. The next one is from, the first question was from KLGOS Wick. The second question is from 707 Aiden, and then she said, what is the worst thing you can do for your skin if you have rosacea? And I'm gonna make this a two-part question. One, I think using way too harsh of acne products. Now I do use acne products on my skin, but I have to use the right ones. If I use the wrong acne products, it can make my face like literally like swell and peel. And so if you're using the wrong kind of products for your skin, that could be really bad. Also is doing nothing. Like I just see people that just have rosacea and they're just like, I have rosacea. And I feel like if you're proactive about trying to find stuff that help you, it's so much better in the long run if you're trying. And as now that I've been trying to do stuff to actually treat my rosacea, I'm so much happier with how my skin looks because I look in the mirror and it's just not so red all the time. So I think being too harsh on your skin and just not caring enough to do anything about it, because there are things you can use to actually help with the redness, which is awesome. So that's what I would say. Next is from Makeup Wisdom. Hello! And it says, what is your favorite hobby? I would honestly say YouTube is my favorite hobby because I don't consider this to be a job, because I don't make, like, I know you can make a small amount of money off YouTube, but for the amount of followers that I have, I can make as much in my work in 2 hours as I can an entire month doing videos. And that just shows you, like, I do this because I really like it. And yes, it helps to cover the cost of products or trying out new things. But at the end of the day, to me, this really isn't a job because it's not supporting my family. Now, if it did, hey, I would be really happy with that. But so I still consider this a hobby. And also music. I love singing and I do like crafting. And I really like gardening too. I haven't done a lot of it recently with it being winter and fall. But I do really enjoy just like getting flowers and planting flowers, and it's something about making the earth beautiful that just like, I don't know, it just makes you really happy. It's just something I really enjoy. I know some people don't like getting dirt under their fingernails, and I don't like worms, but I like gardening. Okay, next is Pain-Free Beauty. What has been your all-time favorite moment, comment, experience on YouTube thus far, besides collaborating with me, of course? Of course, Deb! I would say my favorite moment so far would be when I finally took down the barriers of being self-conscious and feeling like I didn't want to open myself up to criticism, and being more open and honest about how I felt about things like my first nose contouring video. Like, I was so scared, guys. I filmed that video and I did not edit it for like 2 weeks because I was so nervous about watching it back that I just didn't even know if I wanted to post it. And I have had such wonderful response to that video, as along with my self-confidence video and my video about my nose shaming. Like, I can't explain to you how wonderful it is to know that I can make a difference, just even as small as it can be, in the world for somebody else. And yes, I love doing the hair and makeup videos, and I love when you guys say that you love them and it's helpful, and I enjoy all that. But just those deep connections that I've made with people when they've shared stuff with me is the most meaningful thing, because those are things that come from the heart. And I love seeing your guys' experiences. I love reading about them. I love when you're open and honest with me and share your feelings. Like, to me, that by far is the most important thing. I love to know that something I've done has made a difference for somebody else, and that's what makes me keep doing this, honestly. Okay, now there might be more questions now when this video is posted because I am doing this a little early. Alright, so let me pull up the questions. Alrighty. So first one says, can you do a video on 30 random facts about you? If you guys want to do that, I will do a separate video on that, just because I feel like to come up with 30 random facts right now on the top of my head is kind of crazy. But I can do another 30 random facts. I did a 50 random facts, but it's been a few years, so I can do an updated one of those. Q&A. Favorite makeup product of 2015. And she added, like, not just a list. This was from Molly McCann. Which is funny, because I thought about doing beauty favorites of 2015, but I was like, everyone's doing that. I don't want to do that. Like, I like doing beauty favorites, and I'll probably do January favorites, but I feel like you guys probably know what my favorites are. I've talked about them a lot, and so I didn't know. I didn't know if I really wanted to do that. One favorite thing. Oh, man. This is really hard. Oh, my gosh. One favorite thing. It's got to be something I use every day. Oh, my gosh. This is like stumping me so bad. Favorite product. I'm almost gonna have to say my Too Faced chocolate bar, because it's the one thing that has been in my videos repeatedly. And so I guess I'm gonna say that, but oh my goodness, what a good question. That, like, seriously is stumping me. I'm sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, there's so many things. That was a hard one. That was a tricky one. Okay, and also she wanted to know about my makeup evolution. So kind of the story with my makeup. So my makeup story basically is I started doing my own makeup pretty young. And I first started using like a cover-up stick. I would go to the grocery store and I would buy those little CoverGirl cover sticks, because I started getting my rosacea and pimples, and I would just put it all over my face. So then I ended up going over to my neighbor's. We babysat. She had a bunch of makeup. I don't know where she got it or if she bought it all, but she had a bunch of bin of makeup she didn't use, and she would let us play in it, you know, when we wanted to. And so just trying to experiment with my sisters and stuff. And then it wasn't until I was in junior high that I did the white eyeshadow and all that kind of stuff. So then fast forward into high school, when I used more Clinique and things and my makeup started getting better. Then I started doing more makeup for my friends, and I would do their hair and their makeup free of charge for dances and things like that. Really basic makeup skills. And then actually I was going to cosmetology school. Well, actually start back up. So then I started working at the first salon I ever worked at as a receptionist, and they had Mirabella makeup, and so they came in and did a really quick training with us, basically on how to do a basic application and how to do, you know, find people's colors and stuff. And so I did quite a bit of helping people then, and I was only like 17 and 18, but just really basic. And that was my first taste of Mirabella. And then I went to beauty school, and that's what we used there, so we had more trainings on that, and I used that during school. And then when my first salon job, actually we used bedhead makeup, so then I got more acquainted with that. And I didn't really have to build a kit per se, just because we had the makeup there in the store, so I didn't have to purchase everything. But we could do like touch-ups and things and help people with that. But I did end up buying a lot of stuff for my own use. Then when did during that time though, I really liked going to makeup counters, and that's when I started getting into more MAC. And I'd love to go to a makeup counter and basically say, do my makeup and buy everything, because I was working as a hairstylist. I had a lot of money, you know, living at home, and I could blow $300 to $400 in a setting. So I was really big into prescriptives. I was really big into MAC, and that's all I used. I didn't use any drugstore makeup at that point. Nothing I used was drugstore. Maybe mascara was the only thing, and maybe eyeliner, but everything else was high-end. Lotion, foundations. I even had a custom powder. Like, I just was like, whole 9 yards. My makeup skills were always pretty basic though, because what I worked on was bridesmaids, brides, and just everyday people. Winged liner wasn't popular. Like, all these dramatic looks and cut creases and stuff, like, that wasn't popular when we went to school. When we went to school, we learned how to put concealer, you know, basic face, how to match, and to do a basic eyeshadow look with a little bit of shadow in the crease, and fill in the eyebrows, and do a basic eyeliner with like we would use a lot of the cake liners where they're hard and we'd wet them and stuff. So I never got into this crazy makeup world and learned as much until I started watching YouTube videos. So fast forward, I ended up working out of my own house, so that is when I started building some more of my makeup collection to use on other people. I would do a lot of like basic makeup, and I would do a lot of like kind of like people, like my clients would bring their daughters in and I'd show them how to do basic makeup. You know, I didn't ever feel like I was this outstanding makeup artist. I actually had, back when I was in beauty school, I had auditioned to work at a hair and makeup place that you brought a model in and you do them up for glamour shots. And I actually didn't get the job because they said my makeup skills weren't good enough. And it crushed me because I was like, I thought I was doing so well, but it just shows like you never do quite as well as you think you do, you know? Anyway, so I've never felt like I was this like wonderful, great, and beautiful, amazing MUA or anything. But as I started in my own house, I started YouTube, I started watching videos, I started being more dramatic with some of my looks and being more like, you know, out there and being more creative, and that's where a lot of my passions really started blossoming, trying more brands. I started trying more drugstore makeup because of YouTube, and then just like it exploded. And then I was doing so many more things, and like with friends and people, I was being more experimental. Wing liner was coming out the wazoo, and you know, I just got out of my rut of wearing the same thing, and it just kind of opened up this whole new world for me that I just was so basic in my ways. Like I did makeup, but just so basically. I wasn't very open. I wasn't doing a lot of continuing education. So this became my continuing education. Doing this and watching YouTube, this has taught me more than hair school, cosmetology school ever did, honestly. So that is my makeup story. So my battery's flashing at me that it's going to die. So let me hurry and answer a few more questions. Someone asked me what shade of L'Oreal Infallible do I use. It's shade 102. How do you feel about the makeup scene in your state? I feel like the makeup scene in my state is pretty cool. Like you've got the definite people that are like makeup counters, makeup artists, bloggers that are very into the makeup scene. But I feel like for the everyday person, like most people here are into some kind of makeup. There are some people that are very natural, and I have some friends who don't wear any makeup at all, but I think the general consensus is most people here, like I always find things are sold out. I feel like makeup is worn a lot, and I feel like people try to make effort to get ready, and especially when I was in high school, it was very much like you got ready, you put on makeup, and so I feel like it's good. I feel like it's pretty acceptable. Now, do I run into people who I feel like are judgmental when I wear a lot of makeup? Yeah, but I also get judgmental people when you don't wear makeup. So you're gonna find that anywhere, but I think overall my state is very accepting of makeup wearing. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!